Hi guys, this is Queen Rena, High Priestess. I hope you watched my last video about the Mandela effect. A lot of people across the world is finding out their reality has changed, and I was trying to pinpoint when this started to occur because I noticed, different changes in people's, the way they act and, people that's in my life. Like you might have like family members, friends, close loved ones. You might notice that people have, start acting funny in the past, few years, maybe like 4 or 5 6 or 7 years. They've been acting funny, and this could also be, contribute to the Mandela effect, that we have actually been changing reality. So not only have we been changing reality on the inside, we have been changing reality on the outside. And if you haven't watched my last video, the Mandela effect video, I would encourage you to watch that video and click the links below and watch some more Mandela effect videos where they go into depth on what is going on and what this Mandela effect is, about reality changing, different quotes and things that people remember and know. They're no longer saying the words that they remember. They're saying something else. Also, different things in the Bible is changing, like words that people have Bibles from 5, 10 years ago, and all of a sudden they go and little words in there have changed. And this is their Bible that they had like 10 years. So go ahead and watch, if you haven't watched Mandela Effect video, go ahead and watch that video. And if you notice, some people in your life that has been acting, maybe funnier or, more aggressive, or even, trying to get better, or like just different things about somebody that has changed in the past like 5, 6 years, you find out that something, is going on with the world. So I would encourage you to research this Mandela effect and, see what's going on. And like some people, they don't see anything wrong, but a lot of people, most of the people that I know, they do notice the difference, and they see in, and they remember something else. And now in this reality we have now, something else is going on. So I would encourage you to be mindful and open up your mind, open up your heart, and start, paying attention to these things and get yourself right. And so, well, this video is about your ego, like your higher self and your lower self. Most people should be, knowing what these terms are: higher self, lower self. I know when I was younger, I didn't really, think of that, higher self, lower self, your ego, or whatever. But, as I got older, started getting into, more spirituality, I did know, back in the day, that we did have, ego wasn't talked about. But, since I'm like a natural spiritual person, and I'm naturally in tune and connected to God, the universe, higher self, creator of all, most high, whatever you want to call him, I'm naturally connected. So God did tell me about, the ego, that you want to overcome the ego. So I did, God did tell me that when I was like in high school. And so that's what I always, practice on. And I worked really hard to overcome my ego. I didn't really have that much of ego because I didn't have any really that much things when I was younger. I wasn't spoiled, or, I didn't have the best of anything, just come home, didn't really like being a kid, didn't have nothing. And so I would just come home, go do my work, do what I needed to do, and go over to school. I love going to school because I would be more freer at school to do the things that I, wanted to do. Of course, didn't really like some of the classes, but I actually did like, most of my class. I like to do work. I like to do my work at school, and I like to be, around people, and, go to different classes and stuff like that. So I liked to be at school and, do different things and actually live my life. And I'm just, a normal person like that. Some people, they liked it to be young, but I liked it to actually, live and learn and do different things like that. So I always was really good at, pretty much being an adult. So as I got older, then I got more into spirituality, and I started learning about this higher self, lower self. And I found out, your lower self is connected to your ego. So your ego is your lower self, and you want to overcome this ego. And this is actually what Christ was trying, Jesus Christ, or whoever, Yeshua, whatever you want to, call him. This is what Christ was trying to teach people, and also like other, different ideologies, in religions that like Buddha and Krishna and these other people, higher masters of people, they were trying to teach people to overcome your lower self, and that is what you need to do. And especially now that this Mandela effect is going on, it's proven that hey, you need to be doing something different because reality is changing, and you need to get on the bandwagon and make sure you're going to be in the right reality. Because if you think about the Bible, like in Revelations, it's Jesus Christ said, or like in the New Testament, Jesus Christ was like, I go to prepare a place for you, and if I go, I will come again. So Jesus Christ is going to prepare a more heavenly place. So if you want to go ahead and be in this heavenly place that Revelations talk about in 21, you need to make sure that you overcome your lower self and start getting right and start doing what Christ told you to do, which is the commandments, and know that you're trying to do right things, you're getting yourself right. Just like the Christians say in church, oh, you better get right with God, you do the right things or whatever. Get your house in order. Same thing, do the commandments. And they have like 10 commandments, but if you go into the more ancient spirituality teachings like Kemet, they actually got 8 of those 10 commandments from Kemet. And so you really have like 42 commandments, and do the right thing, treat people right, pretty much your basic things that's normal for the soul. So it might not be normal for your ego, but it is normal for your soul. Because I remember one time I was in church and pastor was like, hey, it's hard to do the right things. And I was like, no, it's not. It's not really hard. People want to say that it's hard to do the right things, but it's really not. It's hard for the ego to do the right thing. So I'm like, so who are you really? If it's hard to do the right thing, are you the higher self or are you the lower self? Because it's hard for the lower self to do the right things, but the higher self, which is your soul and it's a part of God, it's actually really easy to do the right things when you're your higher self. It's actually your higher self can't do the wrong things actually. So it's really important that people, rise above their lower self and start becoming their higher self. And so that is why I'm making this video, because I wanted to make sure that you guys were getting yourself together. When we got this Mandela effect craziness that's going on, watch my last video if you haven't watched it, and click those links below and watch that and see exactly what's going on. Reality is changing, and you want to make sure that you are on the bandwagon and you're getting to the right reality, and you're doing it through Christ consciousness, doing the right things, just like Christ said. The golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. In Revelations, I talked about a new heaven and a new earth. So you want to make sure you're on the bandwagon for the right place, the heavenly place. Okay, you want to pop out the lower realm and you want to get to the higher realm. Okay, so I want to go ahead and end this video. If you like the video, make sure you hit like. Also share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment below if you would like. And also check out my website, www.queenrena88.com. I have all natural products. I have hair products. I also have facial scrubs, facial moisturizers, body butters, lotions, toothpaste, things like that, a whole array of things, deodorant, things like that. So go ahead and check out my website. I also do business consultations. So if you want to open up a business, start, open, and grow a business, I do consultations. So check out the business tab on my website. Also, if you need spiritual healing, I have a 4-week intensive for that. And if you want to heal like your mind, body, and soul, like sometimes you might go to these organizations that the world has, and they're just pretty much like working a little bit with your mind or whatever, and maybe just touching the surface of your soul, but they're really not, really getting in depth with it. And this because of how crazy the world is now. And so my intensive is to go deep all throughout your whole being, your mind, body, and soul, and get to the core, get all the way through, because I'm a high priestess, and I'm getting all the way through to make sure that you can rise up to the higher heaven realm, because I'm not going to play. Okay, so if you want to take that intensive, make sure you go to the spiritual tab on my website and click that. If you have any questions, my email, I will put it below. You can email me with any questions as well. And I love you all, and I want to thank you so much. And don't forget to share, like this video, leave a comment if you want. Love you so much. Mwah.